Good evening, and welcome to this edition of The Message live from the watering hole. I am your host, excuse me, Messenger Ryan L. King, and I will be riding with you all this evening, this morning, this afternoon, this whatever time we have come to view this message, this broadcast. And welcome to 2023. They say you shouldn't date these things in terms of longevity or timelessness, but welcome to 2023. I look forward to a great year, productive year, a prosperous year this year in 2023, and I hope to see all of you all at the top. So we are live this evening, again, January 10th, 2023. Have a we won't be here long this evening. Excuse me, I got a little bit of a cold or something like that. So excuse me. But like I said, we won't be here long this evening. Have a short perspective to share with you all this evening. Of course, the purpose for this show is one purpose, that is to deliver the message that God is Almighty. Yep, that is. There you have it. So the purpose of the show has been fulfilled. God is Almighty. Whatever name you have come to understand and know that being. I sometimes use the term God just for simplicity's sake, in order to not have to get into deep of a discussion sometimes. But other times I'll use the term Tuyat, that which is all things. Now, again, this show here is brought to you by the Society of Knowledge Incorporated. The Society of Knowledge is an interdenominational spiritual religious organization. As you can see, the logo there up there in the corner, we welcome persons from all backgrounds, all faiths, all understandings, all quote biases, prejudices, all of that. We welcome them all. We welcome you all to come and sit at the table and commune with us and sup with us and break bread. And doing that, we are able to glean a little bit from here, glean a little bit from there. Just gathering all those different perspectives, it helps us to be more in tune, more in touch with ourselves, with our God, if you will, that thing, that being that we see as having all of the power, all of the might that permeates everything. And that's the interesting thing about this concept here, and having an interdenominational matrix, an interdenominational platform. If you believe that that the all in all lies within the sun, if that's what you believe and that's what you've come to know, and you look up to the sun and you say thank God, in terms of that sun being God, that highest expression, or that being, that force, that energy that permeates all things, you are more than welcome to come and sit at the table with us and break bread. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And so again, tonight, topic of discussion, topic of discussion, retaliation is a must. Question mark, right? Retaliation is a must. Question mark. What does that mean? And we'll get into all of that right after a couple of shout outs. And also, before we go too far into things, we just want to get on and recite this acknowledgement with everyone. Under the sound of my voice, you're more than welcome to participate, to engage here at this time. And again, within this acknowledgement, this is the acknowledgement that as members of the Society of Knowledge, this is what we acknowledge. And again, our members come from all different backgrounds, communities, come from all over the place. And so you'll determine is a three-letter word. It says God, G-O-D. In the place of that, you can interject any term. You can interject any term that you feel most comfortable with. Again, I personally, you know, I've come to understand and know that that being that energy as simply as Twiat, that which is all things, and recognizing that it has, not some of the power, but all of the power. Recognizing that it is everywhere at all times. Recognizing that its will alone shall be done, shall come to pass. So, again, under the sound of my voice, wherever you may find yourself, however you may find yourself at this time, you're more than welcome to join in. And hold this. You can hold this dear to your heart. Internalize it, if you will. I know that everything that ever was, is now, or ever will be, is a piece of God. I know that everything that ever was, is now, or ever will be, was made by God. I know that God has, I know that everything that ever happened is happening right now, or ever will happen, was made to happen by God. I know that God has a master plan for all time and all creation. I know that God is Almighty. Amen. Ashe, right on. Peace, peace. Rare. Just a couple of announcements here. Again, this Society of Knowledge. We're all over the country right now. We have a few centers, excuse me, in Louisiana. We have a center out in North Carolina. We're working on a couple in a few other states, and also in a few other countries. So looking forward to seeing this message get across the world and back again. We all worldwide. So I look forward to, like I said, I'm excited about what this year has in store. Let's see here. Here is the links for all of, excuse me, for all of, and I'll have to update this. But this here, you can go to that main website there at the top, www.godisalmighty.org. You can catch up on a lot of the documents, things like that. Excuse me, produced by the society. Catch up on some of the previous programming, previous broadcasts that we have up there. And then that'll also have links to our other platforms, such as the Facebook at the Messenger, Twitter, God is Almighty 7, Instagram, DNK Messenger, YouTube, DNK Messenger, TikTok, SOK Messenger. And you can also catch some of our programming, excuse me, especially programming produced out of the Lafayette Center. You can catch that on YouTube at Rhino Vision. That's at RHYNOVISION. That's some great information up there. Let's see here. And we could also, and that's also a great way, excuse me, that's also a great way just to stay to stay involved in the conversation, to keep the conversation going, because it doesn't just end at the end of this broadcast. This conversation is ongoing, right? And again, that's the reason why I do this show. Not only to deliver that message that God is Almighty, which I delivered it again, God is Almighty, right? Not only just to do that, but to allow us an opportunity to sit down and share our perspectives on what that means to us in our life. Right? So the society does not endorse any particular understanding of what that means, that God is Almighty. We're simply male men, or male women, or male persons, or male carriers. Right? We, excuse me, we present you your mail, and it's up to you to open your mail, to read your mail, and to interpret your mail. Right? But when we do this show, right, we deliver that mail, and then we stick around a little bit. You know? Let's see if it's something you might want to ask us, about your mail. You might have a question like, why the envelope look like this? It was in the bag, right? I don't know exactly why else it looked like that, other than to say that whoever was sending that parcel of mail wanted you to have a parcel of mail that looked as it looked, and to have whatever inside it. But we can sit here and we can discuss your mail if you like, right? And that's why we do this. Because I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Yeah, I'm having these conversations. Excuse me. I'm sipping on a little coffee there. Excuse me. Could be something a little more potent, but that's gonna keep me woke right now. It's been a long, fun day. Yeah. Grateful that I'm able to sit here with you at this time, though. Let's see. I was speaking about the different centers. The New Orleans Center there in New Orleans, Louisiana. They have their broadcast every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You could always catch them again on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page. You can always catch that programming. And then on Sunday, the second and fourth Sunday of the month, there is a live fellowship and celebration. Excuse me. You're more than welcome to check that out. That is in the city of New Orleans. And that is at the address that you see there at the bottom of the screen, Imani Temple number 28, 2411 Treasure Street. And shout out to Imani Temple and the AACC. They're doing great things. The African American Catholic Congregation, they're doing great things. We've been able to work with them previously, prior to, in the past. And they've, again, as you see there, have extended their hospitality to allow the New Orleans Center to operate out of their Temple number 28 over there on Treasure Street, 2411 Treasure Street. And if you're in New Orleans, you're more than welcome to stop on in and fellowship and celebrate with Messenger of the Nodus King, founder Messenger of the Nodus King, doing great things out that way. Right. What else we have here? Again, we have the the North Carolina Center of the Society of Knowledge. That is presided over by Messenger Tadenab L. He's doing great things. We usually broadcast on Monday nights, every Monday night, all things elevation in conjunction with the Society of Knowledge. So that's a great dynamic show, powerful discussion, powerful building opportunities with the fellow fellow participants that participate in those discussions. Doing great things. Messenger Tadenab, keep that up. Appreciate the work you're doing for the society and for the rest of the world there what you're doing. Appreciate you. Then we have the Opelousas Center of the Society of Knowledge, presided over by Messenger Corey Levier. Also doing great things. I look forward to working with you in this area as we continue to build and develop and to spread this message that God is Almighty. Then we have at this popped off the screen, the Crowley Center of the Society of Knowledge, presided over by Messenger Frank Othello Andrews Jr., doing great things out that way in Crowley. Great brother of mine, great friend. I look forward to working with you as well as we continue to deliver this message that God is Almighty. All right. Let's see here. Excuse me. All right. Now, what you see on your screen there is what I call a statement of understanding. Now, this is not endorsed, by the Society of Knowledge as an organization, but again, it's Society of Knowledge welcomes persons from all faiths, backgrounds, beliefs, understandings, and this is a personal understanding of my own. And you are more than welcome to adopt this for yourself. Look forward to communing with you all with respect to this statement here of understanding. Let's see here. The one thing, and the reason why I put it up here on the screen now, I wanted to point this out, and that is in the first paragraph. Okay. And what that is essentially a statement of identity. One of the main things people can get caught up in all kind of things, right? For one, not having or knowing or understanding their identity. And so that's what this first paragraph speaks to. I am that which is all things, Twiat, made manifest in the flesh. I know that I, being manifest in the flesh, am an instrumentality of Twiat. I know that I am inseparable from Twiat, for I and all instrumentalities are Twiat itself. All is in the mind of Twiat, all is the mind of Twiat. Twiat works through me and all its instrumentalities as perspectives of itself to produce the illusion that I in the flesh perceive as reality. Okay. That's a powerful statement. Okay. Who are you? What are you? Twiat. At all times of the day. At all hours of the day, at all days of the year, at all seasons of the year. What are you? Who are you? Okay. Twiat. That's it. Period. Full stop. Yeah. So now the things that we come to see as ourselves beyond that, right? Or illusion, part of the matrix that we have as we are illusioned for ourselves, that we've constructed for ourselves, the box that we've constructed and came to live in. Right? That's what it is. That's all it is. Anything again at the root of it all, Twiat. That's all things. Period. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. What are we talking about today? What's the topic of discussion? And how does it connect to this idea that God is Almighty? Okay. And this is a bit of a this one here it hits a bit close to home, right? This is based off of a recent experience. Was able to bring this understanding to the forefront of my mind. I figured I'd go ahead on and share that with you all. Right. And so recently, right, just go ahead on and get into it again. Topic of discussion: retaliation is a must. Right. The role, subtitle, subtext, the role of vengeance, in civil society. Right, so that's what we're talking about this evening. This is what I like to share in perspective, with you all on this evening. How many of you have heard the expression? Well, I won't even get into that, right? But anyway, let's see. So a recent experience of my own is that I was, how do you say, invited, right, to engage in a bit of a fisticuffs. I'm not afraid of any of that or anything like that. But personally, and especially with the character that was involved, right, there was no interest on my own self, from my own self, to be involved in that sort of engagement with this person. Right. Long story short, we're having a quasi conversation, during which time, several times, I was asked, I was proffered, offered, to engage in a bit of fisticuffs. Right? I denied again for not having an interest in being involved or engaged with this person in such a way. So towards the end of the quasi conversation, the invitee, the offeree, uh, brought out the big guns, right? When spoke to the manager said, we can offer you this if you'd like to go ahead on a contract, engage with us, right? Yeah, I mean, so he decided to strike me, right? You know, as I'm looking off the other way, yeah, he decided to strike me. Okay, yeah, that's great. You know, again, declined the offer, not interested. Yeah. And it started sitting on me. Yeah. Why not? You know, why not? You know, it's clear that this person wants to engage in this sort of activity. Yeah, so why not? And so I worked my own self up, in terms of okay, how I'm gonna set this up so that we can go ahead on and do what we got to do, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, to balance the books. Uh, so that kind of occupied my mind for a day or so in that mode of thinking. But in my reflecting on all of that, I came across. I was greatly conflicted about the whole situation. And even after the fact, whether or not what would be a proper course of action, again, balance the books. I came across this quote here. Any intelligent fool can make things bigger, more complex, more violent. But it takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. Yeah. And so reflecting on that quotation, I'll leave it up there on the screen so you can get a good look at it. And that's our brother E.F. Schumacher, Ernest Friedrich Schumacher, if I'm saying that name properly. Um, he's a German British statistician. If you know what that is, a statistician, that's somebody that looks at data all day long, essentially, and they connecting dots all day long, right? Looking at from the past, predicting the future. Yeah. How can I use what is and project to what shall be? Yeah. And he's famous. Mr. Schumacher. He wrote back in the 70s, I believe. Excuse me, not the 70s. Let me just make sure I'm giving you the proper information. Because again, I'm just learning about this brother myself. Right? But he wrote this book. I believe it was the early 50s. Well, neither here nor there, right? Neither here nor there. It name of the book was Small Is. Let me see. I believe it says Small Is Beautiful, right? A guide for the perplexed. Either way, right? He's a brilliant guy. I'm still learning about him myself with this quote here, right? It's really what got me able to move past or to drop some things into line in terms of how to handle the situation at present. Right? And so from that, I was then drawn to this expression, right? Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. See if I can pull that up. open up my notes here. Open up my notes here. Let me see. Kind of closed up on it. But essentially, let's see. Yeah, right. In the grand scheme of things, only one exists again, that which is all things. Yeah. Now we are all instrumentalities. Again, that's why I opened up and I read that verse from that statement of understanding with respect to identifying yourself, identifying who are you, what are you, right? That which is all things. Yeah. And in the grand scheme of things, only that exists. Right? Only that thing, that which is all things, exists. And so you look at me looking at and observing the situation that I find myself in at present circumstances. Okay? I ask myself a question. Okay? What would God do? Okay? What would that which is all things do? The Bible said, vengeance is mine, said the Lord, right? And if ever anything, anybody, or whatever, gets out of order, yeah, it's brought back into order. In other words, it is drawn closer unto God. It is drawn nearer unto God. And so, what would that look like? What would that mean in terms of retaliation, in terms of business, in terms of all these things? Right? Let go and let God. Right? And now, what's his name? Brother Martin Luther King. Let's see. I know what about the arc of the moral universe or something like that. If y'all are familiar with that, let's see. Right. He says that the arc of the moral universe is long, but advances towards justice. Right? I'm familiar with a lot of persons that, given the opportunity that I was presented with, would have taken that opportunity, hook, line, and sinker. Right? And I don't know if you would want to say settle, but would have tried to address the situation right then and there. Right? And I'm not saying that is good or bad. Right? That's just the way that most people would do it. Or in their hot temperedness, right, would act in a way to try and balance the books, in the way they see fit, right, without much thought in the process. But God says, vengeance is mine, said the Lord, right? To me belong vengeance and recompense. Right? So what does that mean? And taking into account Brother Martin Luther King's reminder that the arc of the moral universe is long but advanced towards justice. Right? Taking all that into account, right? Let go and let God. Right? But again, remember, who are you? What are you? Right? Who are you? What are you? Right? And so within this this share here, this delivering this perspective or sharing this perspective, right? If you aren't the instrument that God uses, or that which is all things uses, to facilitate the dispensation of, quote, justice, then who? Right? Or then what? Right? What must be that instrument? Right? What must be that instrument? But now, in terms of civil society, right? And most organizations and most societies or what have you, they've designated certain persons, certain groups, certain organizations within that society to act as that right hand of God, right? For instance, the quote criminal justice system, right? That type of thing. But in other societies, right, that that instrument is typically more local, for lack of a better term. Right? But with all that, right? Again, let go and let God, right? We shall see what the future holds with regards to uh, that set of circumstances. Again, neither here nor there. Just wanted to share this perspective with regards to uh, vengeance. Vengeance is for the Lord, for God, for that which is all things. But what are you if not that? Okay? So take your time and study what the situation has in store, what are the opportunities or what have you. And don't be so rash in what you got going on in terms of too quick on the draw. Yeah, you never know. You never know what's behind door number one, door number two, door number three. But just know that at the end of the day, whatever come to pass shall come to pass. That's God. That was his thing. Can't not move without an express authorization from that which is our thing. What in God's will won't come to pass. Yeah, just know that. Yeah. But in all that, again, whether or not you're quick on the draw or you're a little more studied on the draw, yeah, the draw shall come to pass. Because again, like my brother Martin Luther King said, the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Okay? So have peace and knowing that the book's gonna always be balanced. Okay? At the end of the day, you can only have as much of expenses as you do revenue. If you got too much of expenses, not enough of revenue, your business gonna flop. If you have too much of revenue and it ain't going nowhere, you have stagnation. You have stagnation. It's like sitting water. Ain't nothing good come from sitting water. Water got the flow. But again, the books gonna balance. At the end of the day, so take comfort in knowing that the books shall balance. And I again, like I said, it won't be here long. I hope I haven't taken up too much of your time. I hope you were able to receive something from this broadcast, from this perspective, from this message here tonight. Again, the main message that you need to be worried about is that God is Almighty. Go sit in the prayer closet, in the corner at home, or wherever you're car in the driveway, and reflect on that message. God is Almighty. What does that mean to you? And again, check us out. Check us out, GodIsAlmighty.org. GodIsAlmighty.org. Some great information there. Keep up with the broadcast. Keep up with the conversation. Because again, the conversation continues. And until next time, we'll be back here in 2 weeks. Again, we come live every other Tuesday. So today is January the 10th. We'll be back on January the 24th. And I look forward to, again, sitting with you, sharing this perspective, delivering that message that God is Almighty. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to communicate, you could always reach us. You could comment, leave a comment. What's your thoughts on this topic? Retaliation is a must. Question mark, question mark. Okay. All things are as they are again. Until next time, peace be to you and all of what you got, power to your endeavors, to your will, power to that, power to your peace. And until next time, be light.